That's my phone number, right?
Okay.
For emergencies. You are on top of the club with live music.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So my advice is settle in, have a nice little nap in the afternoon, get yourself showered and everything. Come down here at about 9ish. Have something with the kitchen closed at 9, so a little bit and watch the music.
Okay.
And have a bit of a party. Because your room is on top of the music.
Perfect.
If you don't like music, you're in the wrong place.
No, it was fun.
Where are you guys from?
Illinois.
Nice.
Kind of by Chicago.
Oh
Give me your
boy.
bag.
Oh yes.
Very good.
Thank
Now,
you. Thank you.
welcome. Welcome. I'm sure you're going to have a great time. If not, you'll have a lot to talk about.
No, I read the reviews on hotels.com and they were all very good,
So
and
you know what you're up against.
but they all warned about the music and
Well, look, this is what we are. This is what we're offering. We're offering a pub experience.
yeah.
If you're coming to sleep, you're in the wrong place. Yeah, you're in the definitely wrong place.
And you're not too far from the airport.
And we are handy to town everywhere. So,
Excellent.
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Tim has talked me into staying at a pub tonight. And if you heard the guy, he said, if you came here for sleep, you came to the wrong place. So we're gonna go catch a bus. We've taken every other mode of transportation so far. So we're gonna take a bus into the city center and go to the bar where Thin Lizzy used to play. Then come back and maybe take a nap maybe. So here we are last night in Dublin at Kennedy's Pub and Hotel. They have hotel rooms right above the bar. So we're gonna hear a lot of Irish music tonight, I'm betting. It's just starting to sprinkle. We've been so lucky the entire week here. We haven't had really any rain. It's been sunshine. This is what the area looks like. It's closer to the airport. It's kind of why we booked it here instead of more in the heart of the city. So our room is somewhere up here, one of these windows, right above this pub here. 9 p.m. is when the music starts, I think until about 1 a.m. Okay, what's the date? Is it the 23rd? Okay, we have Glory Hearts tonight.
I pay you.
Here? Okay. Thank you. Whoa. I didn't know where to put the coin. I didn't either. €2 for the bus. How do we know when to get off? You have it mapped. It's a very bumpy ride, that's for sure. Got a graffiti in this part.
Oh, you can get downstairs.
There's Carol's gift shop over there. Flanagan's Restaurant, McDonald's. People with umbrellas. Fresh flowers for sale. Yeah. This view is reminding me of Paris. Just a rainy day in Ireland, in a big city. We're walking 8 minutes to Harry's Bar for lunch. We had a bumpy bus ride.
Sí, han dicho esto, nos vamos a conocer a mi amiga Poli Malón. Supongo que habéis oído hablar de ella, pues la conocéis.
Down here and then I think left.
Okay. There's a souvenir store right over there.
Over there?
Yeah, let's go look. Oops. Ooh. Wow. Have you ever seen so much green in your life? They've got all the name brands here. Clark's, Lululemon, Doc Martens.
That would have been me that was stuck there, not for us.
Somebody playing out in the rain. There's Phil. Now he's got a flower. We found it. We're gonna go have lunch here at Bruxelles, the famous place where Thin Lizzy used to play, established 1886. It's not as busy as it was the other night. We made it to the Thin Lizzy Bar in Dublin, Bruxelles, and Tim is having a Guinness, and I'm having a Thin Lizzy whiskey. Cheers. Bruxelles has 3 bars, one upstairs and 2 downstairs. One called the Zodiac, and the other one we were just at, I think it's called Flanders. This one looks pretty cool, but the door is locked. This is the Flanders part. Apparently Iron Maiden come here sometimes. That's pretty cool. I actually like the look of this one better than the one we just stayed in. Oh, boy. We had a lovely lunch at Bruxelles. Now we're going to take the bus back to the hotel for a nap. They have KFC and Papa John's here. Well, we're getting on the bus. Another one rides the bus. Three modes of transportation: monorail, bus, and coach. We're just walking out of our hotel room, and look, right next door is a pub. How convenient. We only have to take about 5 steps. We're here. Once again in Europe, I'm trying to contemplate what things are, like this box in the ceiling in the bathroom with a long cord on it. I'm afraid to pull it. I don't know what it's for. It could be for an emergency or to turn on a light. Don't know. So I'm not gonna pull it. And then in our shower, we have this weird box on the wall. We're thinking it's a water heater. I've never seen one like that before, or a water filter. So that will be interesting in the morning. It's about 10 p.m. We're up in our room getting ready to relax for the evening. Hi, it's Jeanette with JB's Exploring More. I'm enjoying one of my last views of Ireland, having my cup of coffee this morning. It's pretty early. We have to get to the Dublin airport 3 hours ahead of time for international flights. We've really enjoyed our stay in Ireland. I hope that you've all enjoyed the adventure right along with me. And we will definitely be coming back, maybe in 2 or 3 years, because we want to explore the southern part of Ireland, Cork and Dingle and other places. We really had a great time. The people here are so friendly. And the hotel that we stayed at last night is called Kennedy's. It's actually a pub with hotel rooms right above it. And the guy who checked us in said, if you're looking for sleep, you came to the wrong place. Well, it wasn't really actually that bad. I guess a DJ played last night until 1 a.m. and all I could really hear was thump, 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 thump. But I was able to finally fall asleep, and they do provide earplugs. But it was nice and clean and cozy, and they had a bar right downstairs, so very convenient.
One thing that I did want to mention about Ireland that I haven't included in any of my videos that I thought was super interesting, as we were walking through Dublin, Tim had a hard time finding the street names. So I made a joke, is that where you two got their idea for the song Where the Streets Have No Name, since Bono is from Dublin? Well, probably all of the band is from Dublin. And also, Tim made a comment about how all of the roads are super windy instead of set up in a grid pattern. And when we took our boat tour in Kilkenny, the guide told us there was a reason for that. It was a strategic move because way back when, I don't know what, probably the 1100s or 1200s, whenever the roads were built, they made them in curves because horses cannot gallop around curves, cobblestone curves. They would fall down, and also a man could not shoot an arrow around a bend to kill another man. So it was totally done out of strategic purposes. Whereas, you know, in the States, we have a lot of roads that are set up in grids, like square blocks. So, of course, we're way newer, and that probably just wasn't thought of at the time when we set up the roads in the States. It would be really difficult to talk about favorites on this trip. Out of all of the places that we stayed, I would, however, say that the bed and breakfast that we stayed in when we first got to Dublin was my favorite, St. Aidan's Guest House, just because of the coziness factor. The little rooms that I could go sit in the morning and have my coffee or tea, and the little kitchenette where you could go prepare some breakfast. I really like that a lot. And it was in a really pretty neighborhood with flowers and, you know, nice things to look at. As far as the towns that we went to, I wouldn't compare those. They're just so different. Dublin, Kilkenny, and Galway. They're just all really different. Dublin's more of a bigger city. Galway is more of a quaint, smaller, old world town. And Kilkenny, it's more of a medium-sized town. You know, it does have a thriving downtown area, but it's not as big as Dublin. And they all have their unique charm. Out of all of the attractions that we did, I climbed the tower in Kilkenny, visited a medieval castle, and walked through a graveyard. We went on a boat ride, just walked around the towns, went to the bar where the band Thin Lizzy used to play. What else did we do? We did a lot. Oh, we went to the Guinness Storehouse and the Smittix Brewery. Out of all of the attractions that we went to, my favorite part was simply just walking around and exploring the towns. So, anyways, thank you so much for joining me on my adventure with JB's Explore and More. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already done so, or hit the notification bell. Until next time, find an adventure, create memories, and be happy. I hope I can get my suitcase to close. It's got a lot of souvenirs in it now. I didn't have enough room to buy an Irish sweater, so I'll have to do that next time. I really wanted one. They were about 89 euro, expensive, made of wool, but they're probably worth it. This is the fun part, packing. And I always overpack everywhere I go. But you don't know what to expect otherwise. So you have to be prepared. There. Back to the airport in Dublin for our flight home. Hopefully it all goes smoothly.
Where do fish go on vacation? Where do fish go on vacation?
No cheating.